Good morning, folks. So if you had any doubt at all about my beginner status as a guitar player, this video is going to completely put that to rest. There is no question after this that I suck. I am literally, I think we're just getting to 2 months of me learning to play guitar. Guitar is completely new to me. I had a cheap acoustic when I was a kid that I think I spent maybe 2 hours on. I don't know, I'm not the music guy in the family. My uncle is a professional musician and excellent. He's one of those guys who picks up a new instrument and an hour later he sounds like he's been playing it for a decade, but not me. So the main reason for this particular video is my ML3 got a new pickup the other day, and like most people who get a lower end, not premium guitar, I knew I was probably going to replace the pickups eventually. They decent, not bad, but certainly not the clarity and tonal range and just not at the same level as if you put aftermarket pickups in. So did a little research, did a little hunting, and decided on the Dimarzio PAF Pro. Overall, there were a number of options that fit in the same category. I kind of like a nice clean tone. I'm not really going for a lot of distortion. Maybe later when I get better, but right now I'm doing a lot of basic playing. I'm not trying to scream out any high gain stuff. I'm not doing a lot of crazy effects, and I just wanted the chords to sound more clear. So if you strummed a basic E chords, for example, that last high E just sat there. And if you're doing that, if you're going back and forth, as you can see, I'm doing the adjusting guitar route. And if you're doing 1 minute exercises and you're going back and forth between 2 or 3 chords, yeah, it got brutal. And my hope was that new pickup, take some of that away, clean it up a little bit. Because if I just turned it down, it didn't sound right. You know, I had the right EQ settings, not necessarily in the video, guys. I'll explain that later. But when I'm normally playing, I have an EQ that I like. But doing that kind of exercise just got kind of rough on the high E for me. So it's a Chapman ML3. I love the guitar. I basically fell in love with the body when I first saw it, and in general I really like the Chapman ethics. I like the way they do business. I like the way they think. I really have been impressed with it. Nothing crazy about it. I mean, this is a $450 guitar. This is not a $1,000 guitar. It's not one of their pro models, but for my level, it certainly does the job. And the pickups and the tuners were the two things I figured I would probably change. And I did the tuners when I got it. I basically, I think I played for an hour before I was ripping the tuners out, because I had already ordered the Hipshot open locking tuners. They work great. The stock tuners were not bad. There was nothing particularly wrong with them. I just really liked the Hipshots. I think they are a cool design. They look great, which was admittedly the primary motivation. They look great. So put the Hipshots on there, box up the other ones. No idea. For all I know, the original Chapman branded tuners would have never gone out of tune, were a miracle of science. But they didn't look as cool. Sorry, guys. I mean, admittedly, all I did was upgrade it to the ones they include on their pro models. Nothing wild there. So this isn't really a review of the PAF Pro. It's really not. If you want a review of that pickup on its own, plenty of them out there. Go hit up YouTube. You're already there, but go do a little search. You will find plenty of people playing it, giving detailed breakdowns of its range, detailed breakdowns compared to a million other pickups. Very popular, very common pickup for a good reason. It's certainly in a nice price point from a great company, nice machine. What I did is I'm comparing it to the stock pickup. That's it. It is strictly, if you're in my shoes, if you're a beginning guitar player or just somebody on a tighter budget and you're looking at your guitar and going, what can I do to improve this without spending a ton of money? Because let's face it, $450, right? If I put another $400 in, I might as well have bought one of the pros or something else, some other company. But why? What did I really gain? If all I want is a little more clarity, putting $150 pickups in doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm not a professional musician. I'm not doing giant concerts. I just wanted a little better. Certainly lots of options. You can pick from a million different choices. In that price range, plenty out there. You can even go cheaper. I just figured $80. If I'm not happy with it, I'll sell it. But going cheaper, the odds of me not being happy about it were higher. I certainly didn't want to have to unsolder it, put a different pickup in, repeat. I wanted to do this and be done with it for the foreseeable future. So the audio you're going to hear is through my GT40, Mustang GT40, on Guitar Focus 1 for the global EQ. If you've broken in your speakers a little bit, definitely check it out if you're not real happy with the EQ on your GT40. Those little speakers, they do have some issues, it's no question. Check out the global EQ. Update your unit, run the firmware updates, update your EQ. I'll do a whole review on that another time. So, Guitar Focus 1, general settings. I mean, nothing crazy. I'm going to pop up a picture of my settings for each section. You can listen to me play through. Try not to laugh too much while it's playing. Wait till it's over so you can still hear it. Turn off all the effects. There's no effects running on this. I normally do run a few little effects, a little reverb, maybe some delay. On the higher gain stuff, I usually run a compressor. I left all that off just so you could have a nice clean signal and hear what they sound like. So I'll throw up the text to show what's what, but basically I run through twice. I do a few chords and then a pentatonic or two, and I start with a distortion. Sorry, not distortion. It's just a higher gain setup on the amp. Then I do it again on the clean settings. The clean, it's not crystal clear. Actually, that's more my recording setup than the amp, and I apologize for that. I accidentally had things too high and basically overclipped my recording. Not the end of the world. You still get the idea. The PAF, actually, if I remember correctly, is clearer. It's the original pickup that actually gets the abuse. And strictly just I overdid it and the recording breaks down a little bit, which makes it sound like there's some fuzz. It sounds like there's a little fuzz or a little extra gain or distortion creeping in there. And I mean, let's face it, it's not the world's greatest recording. You just get the idea. I'm honestly not that bad. Apparently, you can get stage fright at home alone in front of your own setup just because you hit the record button. I hit that record button, and something I had just played through 5 times without a goof, a hiccup, any issues, could not do it to save my life. So I gave up. I stopped. I figured, I am new. I'm not pretending otherwise. So I'll let you guys sit there and have a laugh, and you'll be able to see how I improve. Because going on forward, I can't avoid it. If I'm going to demonstrate something, I'm the only person here to play it. So you're going to hear me learn to play. Definitely sounds better to me. More clear, more articulate, just a cleaner range. It really sounds better to me. Honestly, I mean, the first time I listened to it as I was fiddling around, not a huge change. I mean, the stock Chapman pickups are not bad. I think the biggest difference really is the lows are cleaner and the highs are cleaner. So overall, the EQ is a little different. I'll do a little tweaking for my normal setups. Nothing crazy. Honestly, they sound pretty good with the same setup as I was using for the Chapmans. I'll be messing with that for a while, I'm sure. It's redoing all my settings is going to be fun, because just to keep things interesting, I play through a number of different presets. Definitely going to be fine-tuning. So where are we at? $80 and an hour of fiddling around to get it in there correctly. I will mention, don't believe the original guide. Google it. Google how to put in a Dimarzio humbucker. They are not like everybody else. You can't just blindly go, okay, green wire to where the green wire was, yellow wire to yellow wire. Don't. Look at their chart, Google it, do your research, get it right. I actually screwed it up the first time, even looking at their sheet. It worked, but there was definitely not something correct. And yeah, it added another 20 minutes of fooling around to get it right. So overall, I've spent about $220 upgrading my ML3. I'm probably done. If I decide to upgrade the bridge pickup, that's another 80, so we're at 300. Much more than that, you're into pro range. Now, if you buy the Pro, or any guitar in that price range, you're not guaranteed that you're going to be happy with those pickups. You're not guaranteed you're going to be happy with any particular piece. But why buy the much more expensive guitar and tear it apart if you can start cheaper? Well, there's reasons. The overall build quality, the general grade of hardware on the items you're not going to replace, just the little details, the little tiny details of the guitar are usually better. But that said, like me, I mean, I certainly had my choice. It was not a money decision to go with this versus one of the Pros. I honestly, I looked at the ML1 Pros, I looked at the Norseman. I'm not a Floyd Rose guy, despite the hammer back here. The look on this guitar, the overall vibe I got from it, it just really spoke to me. That was the guitar I wanted. So I'm gonna upgrade it. As I go, I will upgrade it, and I'm very happy with it. I know I've been kind of ragging on the Chapman pickups. I've played a number of cheaper guitars over the last 2 months. I am Guitar Center's bad example for their return policy, I admit. And it makes a difference. They definitely are better than average, and it showed. And the guitar quality was much better than average. It shows. I played other guitars in the same price range, and they're definitely better than their cheaper ones, but they're not the same. The Chapman's really, for the money, I think you're getting a great value. even with the stock pickups. And I'm told, I haven't personally played one, but I'm told that they're premium pickups, the ones that come with the Pros and Signature models, are on par with equivalent products. They're not the entry-level pickups that come in the standard line. So check them out. Have fun. Take it easy, y'all. Enjoy.